Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a little bit of a fun day, a little bit of a first impressions day. As you would have seen in some previous videos, I've hauled a fair bit or bought a fair bit of makeup in the last few weeks. And I've got some more coming, and I want to play with some so that I can put it away and work out what's good and what's not. And then when my new haul arrives, I think I have a ColourPop parcel coming soon, and I don't think I have anything else, but I might have a trip down to Mecca planned in the next week, and I won't be able to contain myself, so there will be opportunity there for me to purchase some stuff as well. So I figured I will get in and play with some of the new makeup that I've got and see how it goes. Cool. Okay, so the first thing that I've got is a new primer. So it just come as a little sample in my beauty loop, and it's the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer. So I like to prime before I start any of my makeup, so we shall put this on. Definitely has a silicone base to it, so feels nice. Okay, so I'm going to let that primer sit there for a while. I like to prime and then do my eyes, give the primer an opportunity just to kind of meld with my skin. I got in the BellaBox a few months ago. I got the NYX Avant Pop palette. So it kind of looks like this. I haven't really delved into it much. I've swatched a few of them, and I think I used the yellow at one point. So I'm going to use that, create a quick little eye look with that. This isn't really, this one here, I didn't have new eyeshadows for a first impression, so I figured I'll just work with that. So I'm going to take this colour here, just a light matte peachy shade, and I'm using the new brush I got from Models Prefer. So this is the 120 crease. I'm not priming my eyes because I don't have a new eyeshadow primer to try, and I'm not going to be wearing this makeup for very long, so just going to see how it goes with this eyeshadow. So I'm going to take that all the way up to the brow, just to kind of give it a bit of a base. I'm then going to go in with this darker colour here. It's kind of light taupe colour. I'm just going to rock that through the socket. Put that colour in. Now I'm going to go in with that darker brown colour here and just focus that more on the outer edge. So just onto my lid now and up into my crease. There's a bit of kickback in this palette, so there's definitely a bit of powderiness. Let's see how this blends. And it's always a good test doing it not with an eyeshadow primer to just see how it actually grips. So makeup tends to collect in my little folds because I have loose lit eyelids. So how it blends through those creases is always a test to how good the eyeshadow is. And this one doesn't seem to be doing very well. You can actually clearly see where it's catching on those things. So I'm going to just try and pull it out, which I don't normally have to do, just to stop my lid from wrinkling as I blend. Just going to use a flat shader brush. This is from Models Prefer also. This is the 122 Smudge. I'm going to go into that aqua colour. I'm just going to put that on the lid. I'm not wetting it. I want to see how it actually goes without wetting it. Seems to be applying quite nicely. So just going over it a second time just to build up the colour. It's a pretty colour. What I might do is flip the brush over and go into that darker blue. Just kind of put it on the edge there. I'm going to wipe off the brush and I'm going to try again with that dark brown to go in and deepen up that outer bit. Definitely not a good colour, this brown. The others seem to be working quite well, just not this brown. I might dip into the black. Just see how that goes. I make a bit of a false wing because I don't have a liner to test out, so just take that in along the lash line and I'll blend it in a moment. So all I'm doing is creating quite a thick kind of shadow wing with this brush, kind of halfway in. Just taking that black and running it along the lash line. And I'll pick up that blender brush from before, just give it a quick wipe. I'm going to kind of smudge out that black on the outer section. Bring it up into my crease. That brown has kind of just fallen off my eye, so I'm going to go back in with that blue and just try and do something out here in the corner. Go with that blending brush. Then I'm just going to take just the smaller blending brush that I got. This is the Shadow and Concealer Brush 102. And I'm going to take this white colour here, this whiter colour here. And I'm just going to put a little bit, tiniest bit up here. Oh, this is very powdery. Just up the top. I'm going to use my finger to get rid of some of that excess. So that was a quick little eye look. The shadows are okay. If I come in closer, you can kind of see what I've done. What I'm going to do now is my brows. So I have got a few new brow products. I don't know how successful they're going to be. They were just ones that I got at Priceline during the sale, and they're from Savvy, so they're a cheaper brand. So I'm going to try the brow pomade. What I'm going to do now is my brows. So I have got a few new brow products. I don't know how successful they're going to be. They were just ones that I got at Priceline during the sale, and they're from Savvy, so they're a cheaper brand. So I'm going to try the brow pomade. It appears quite red. based, so it might be a little bit too warm for my brows. Comes with a little brush in the cap. I might as well use that. And let's see how we go. I'm going to zoom in. Okay. I'm just going to use what's left on the brush without redipping in, just to softly fill in the front part here. So that is with the brow pomade. It's don't know how I feel about it. Kind of matches with the red in my hair, but I don't know. I'll have to see how it looks as it progresses on. I also got some tinted brow gel. The Savvy Pomade is in medium dark, so it might just be that little bit too dark for my brows. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this brow gel in medium and see how that goes. This is a little bit more of a lighter brown colour, so it might just soften off that pomade a little bit. There we go. So that brow gel looks quite good. It's held them down a little bit. My brows like to stick out in some places. I've got some quirky ones that make me look like an old man, so I've got to keep an eye on them. So that's not too bad. So what we will do now is we will go on to the face. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go on to some of the face products that I've got. So the one I've been super keen to try is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. So here it is here. Got it in the shade Nude. Hopefully I colour matched okay. I was trying to find a neutral medium light colour. So I'm just going to, it says, I looked at the instructions and it says to only apply a light amount. It did say to use a brush, so I'm going to try that first. And we'll see how we go. I think it's a little bit yellow for me, but we'll see how it blends in. So let's start blending it in. I'm using the Sigma angled foundation brush. I think it's the F84. I'm going to work out how to, if this foundation works. If it doesn't work in this impression, this first trial, I'm going to find a way to make it work because it costs a bloody fortune. I think it's $75 or something along those lines, up there, around the $70 mark. I'm not usually a fan of stick foundations because of I've got such dry skin, but we'll see how we go. I think I need to add a little bit more. Especially across my cheeks and my nose. So looking in at it closely, it's kind of sinking into my texture. I'm not loving it so much. I'm going to just take a damp sponge and I'm just going to work that across the top just to see if that can just smooth it out a little bit. I'll come in a little bit closer for you to see how that's looking on the skin so far. I think in the camera it looks okay. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's definitely something I'll have to work with to kind of find out what I think. I think I might need more of a hydrating primer underneath it. I think that might help make it slide a little bit better. So I don't know whether it's the primer or the foundation. Okay, concealer. I'm going to go in with the NYX Conceal and Correct. So the NYX Conceal and Correct. I got this, I think, in BellaBox last month. I've used it a couple of times, so again, it's not a first impression. It's very emollient, very waxy in feeling. So not the greatest thing. I'm going to use the peachy colour down the bottom, just to see if I can brighten up underneath my eyes. Just setting a bit with my finger. And I will take that sponge and I will work it in. So I'm quickly going to just set underneath my eye. I don't have a new setting powder, so I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier Translucent, and I'm just quickly going to tap it in underneath, and then I'm going to wipe it away. On the rest of the face, I don't normally do too much contouring, but I have the new Tarteist Pro Glow palette, and it has a cream contour in here, so I figured, why not? So I'm just going to take my sponge again. I'm just going to go into that cream contour, and we'll just tap it along these underneath the cheekbones. And then I'm going to just turn it to another side and blend it out. So it blends out very nicely. It's a nice shade, it's definitely not warm. So I've got this in the light medium shade. So I've blended that out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly powder some of my face with my Australis Fresh and Flawless, and just using a Nude by Nature big powder brush. Just going to run that over lightly. With the contour looks quite nice now with the powder just over the top to soften it. Kind of, maybe I should do it more often. Okay, so in this there is also a matte bronzer, the Sculpt matte bronzer colour, contour colour. So I'm going to just take a angled brush. So this is the Nude by Nature angled blush brush. I'm going to go into that Sculpt shade, and I'm just going to kind of go over where we put that contour before. I've got another bronzer to try, so I'm not going to go too crazy with this one. I'm just going to use this to... It's very powdery in the palette, but it's blending lovely on the skin. And take some underneath my chin. So I've just applied that bronzer, or the contour shade just here on my cheekbones. Didn't take it up too high because I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Sexy Booster Bronzer. This one's got more of a shimmer to it, and I'm going to give that a go. So, oh, smells delightful. It's always nice. I like a nice subtle smell when you're putting on your makeup. It's kind of like, So I'm going to bring this more onto my cheeks because it's quite a light bronzer and it's got some luminescence to it. So a bit of shimmer. So I'm bringing that and just bringing it a little bit up the sides, down the front of my nose. And I won't take that over the chin. I keep forgetting that it's not a matte one. So it's quite a nice colour actually. You can definitely see the the gold reflex in it coming out, but it looks lovely. It's very nice. So for blush, I'm going to use it again. Most of these come in like the little things. This is a BellaBox, in the BellaBox. It's the MannaKadar little blush that came. Crazily expensive. When I looked online, it was like $30 online for a really tiny pan. And I think it's meant to be like a blush, bronzer, highlighter. I'm just going to swirl it all together because it's impossible. And I'm just going to brush a little bit of that just over the tops of my cheeks. It's mixing in quite nicely with the bronzer, just to give it a little bit of colour. And there's definitely a bit of a shine there from both of them because they have that shimmer in it. So this is it so far. You can definitely see there's a bit of highlight there, but the Pro Glow palette also has a bunch of highlighters to choose from. So I'm going to take the one Lit, which is this top one up here, and I'm going to use the brush I got the other day, which is by Nude by Nature, and it doesn't actually have anything on it, but it looks like this. So I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to run that just on that high point. That's the most of the face done. I'm going to just finish off the bottom of the eyes. I'm going to just take a little pencil brush. This is the E30 from Sigma. I'm going to go back into that palette, and I'm going to take the dark brown that wasn't very good, and I'm just going to start under my eye and create just a bit of a soft shade. I'm then going to go in with that darker blue. Just put that in underneath eye. Then I'm going to go into the black and just add that just right to that outer edge, just so it connects with the black that I put on top. I'm going to form a soft little wing, and then I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and just blend that out. Right in the corner, inner corner, I'm going to take the teal colour, that aqua colour, and I'm just going to run it in there, just for a bit of fun. And I'm going to take that white one and just put it right here in the inner corner. Okay, so finished off those eyes. I'm going to add mascara now. So I got the smaller size of the Lancome Monsieur Big in my from Mecca. So I'm going to give that a go. I tend to find, we'll see how it goes on the first application. I tend to find that the Lancome ones work better once they dry out a little bit. So, and this is very wet at the moment. So we'll see how we go. I'm just going to put this on and I'll be back. I'm not too sure how I feel about this mascara. I'll come in a little bit closer, and it has clumped up quite a bit. Like I said, but Lancome, I don't tend to like them very much when they first use them, and after a few applications, once they start to dry, they tend to be a little bit better. But it has definitely clumped up on my lashes. Has definitely there's certainly some length added, but I'll have to wait and see how that goes. Like I said, I know from experience they tend to get better when you use them, so fingers crossed that's the case. Okay, so I guess all that we've got left is to set the face. I got the Models Prefer Glam Finale the other day. So let's give this a go. I'll just shake it up. Fan it down. Seems a nice fine mist. There wasn't any big spots that came out in that, so that's good. It's dried down pretty quickly onto the face, so that should be, seems like it could be a good spray. And then we're going to go on and finish with the lips. I'm going to try a couple of different lip looks. Well, actually no, the eyeshadow ended up going further than I expected it to. So we'll try a couple of things. I was going to put a red lip on, but I definitely don't think that's going to work with the blue look I've got going on my eyes at the moment. So I've got the Soft Touch Auto Lip Liner from Etude House. So I'm going to just apply that. So that's the lip liner. And then, won't do the red today. I'm going to just use, I got the matte SuperStay ink from Maybelline in the colour 65 Seductress. So we might just add that on today. Applies nicely. It's only had to dip in once to that, and I've got a full coat. So we'll see if it dries down while we're finishing off. So when it comes to my opinions on the things that we've used, I think I'm going to bring my mirror a little bit closer so that I can actually have a look. I think the eyeshadows worked really nice except for that brown. I like the shimmers, the blues, they actually worked quite nicely, and so did the lighter colours, but that darker brown was not a good eyeshadow. As the looks come together, that brow pomade is a bit red, but I think I can pull it off with the red tinge in my hair at the moment. If I had more of a blonde or a ashier brown, I think it would be too warm. The foundation has, I think, settled a little bit more into my skin, so it's looking much smoother than it did at the initial. I loved the bronzer and the contour, they applied lovely. The highlighters and all of that, there was definitely no problems with those face products. The lips are a bit tacky. I don't know how I don't think it's going to fully dry down. It's got that bit of tackiness to it, so you can see that it's got that bit of pull when I put my lips together. Love the colour. I'll also have to see how it wears. Generally the tackiness doesn't bother me. You know, I'm not sitting there all day going. So it's not really a huge concern. That face mist, that setting mist seems really nice. So as I go through and try these products more, I'll let you know, like, if my opinions change. The mascara, like I said, I think that will change as I use it. It will get better, because I don't think it's the best mascara at this point in time. It's a little bit too clumpy for my liking, but I think that will improve. So thank you for checking in and watching me play with some makeup, have a bit of fun, and I will definitely get in and do a video that I've got of some skincare that I've gotten through, like some samples of some skincare and things, and just have some first impressions of the skincare as well. As always, remember, be kind, be strong, be a warrior, and I'll see you later. Bye.